Bank bailouts, negative interest rates, entire world war, economic collapse news. Hey gang, this is Mike with Mr. NoFluff.com, and today we're going to be talking about the things that are not being told to the average person. If you're watching Fox, if you're watching the average news, okay. First and foremost, I don't know how to say it. I came out and told you guys a couple of days ago there was a major bank repo bailout. Basically, bank to bank lending had froze. In other words, there was no money in the system. There was no liquidity. Okay, for many different reasons. So now the Fed has bailed out the banks. Does this sound like the same situation back in 2006, 2007, 2008? It sounds just like it. They just have a different name for it, and the the whole bad part hasn't even hit yet. It's just the tipping point, okay, of just getting into the storm, and billions, billions, and billions of dollars, not millions, but billions with the B, has been bailed out. Now, if you look at our economy, it's all fluff. We're bailing out farmers. Billions of dollars are bailed out the farmers. We are paying all this money out to all these wars. We have wars in Iraq that are 18 years old. Okay, we have wars in so many different countries. We're dropping all kinds of bombs. All right, so we have unfunded liabilities like school teachers, firefighters, re- retirements. We have bad, if not horrible, um, places in America where there's no running water. We are having more and more people now look for jobs. Therefore, the unemployment rate looks so good because of funny math. So we're in a situation where we're having many countries or worldwide slow down, and no matter what people are doing, governments, I should say, hasn't slowed it down. It hasn't slowed it down. The process is, you know, decaying as time moves forward. One of the major problems is that we are living in a funny money situation, or Western countries are living in a funny money situation. Um, our whole system, our whole capitalism is based on consumption. It's based on the elite getting all the resources and the poor fighting, the middle class fighting, or in other words, working 6 days a week, 5 days a week, okay, and being in debt. So the bankers are winning like always. The elite, they get the free money, aka bailouts. They get the bailouts that we have to do by increased taxes. So in a sense, the elites are winning and will continue to win, which brings me to an idea that Bitcoin, guys, Bitcoin, um, the New York Exchange owners have created a company called Bracket, if I'm pronouncing it right, and they just launched today where they're going to do Bitcoin settlements in Bitcoin for, which is amazing for futures. Um, More and more institutions are coming into it. More and more people around the world are accepting it. Bitcoin doesn't matter if you're talking about Pakistan, China, India, UK, Germany, Iran, Russia. So this is what I believe, in my opinion, is going to be the freedom of us and elimination of bankers, because as blockchains moves forward, it's going to eliminate MoneyGram. It's going to eliminate a lot of the retail bankers. A lot of the retail bankers are already being eliminated. If you go into the retail store, they don't even have bank clerks anymore. Just digitalized computers where you're typing it in, right? An ATM. So we're already moving towards that. As automation kicks in with technology, the way it's evolving, it's just going to cause onto this fire of, capitalism, because it's really not a fair system, in the sense that the people in the elites are in control, and they make it very hard for the average person to be able to be an entrepreneur. One great example is you'll see many times on Facebook or YouTube, poor kids or poor immigrants or even white people or whatever are getting choked out by police because they're selling water, let's say at Las Vegas, or they're setting up a lemonade shop, or they're trying to sell their CDs at a gas station and they get choked out. And the reason is that, it's hard to get into business as big companies get bigger and bigger, to have all these lobbyists that buy the lawmakers, and the entry level for me and you to be an entrepreneur becomes harder and harder and harder. So the times where you can go from rags to riches is getting smaller and smaller, even though that opportunity has increased, like the internet, like social media, like 5G, etc., faster computers. So, which is kind of like on a scale. Because for an example is like car dealership. It's hard for someone to start a car dealership when you're competing with the Fords and um, the other car dealers that are buying lobbyists. I know for firsthand when I got into the moving business, there was a bunch of moving companies that got mad because they've been in business for 100 years and they saw me growing really, really, really fast. And they were part of an association and they were giving me a hard time. Same thing happened with my real estate brokerage firm. I come into the business, I offer free move. This is back in the day when no one even has a free move program because I own a moving company. It was ahead of the time and it pissed off a lot of the real estate agents, the brokers. And again, they're all part of a community, they just don't want anyone else to get ahead of them. And, they make it hard for newcomers to come in because of, lobbyists, because of control of the legislation, um, when I say control is because they have a relationship with the authorities, to put the finger on the little guys that are coming up because they're part of the association, they're lobbying, and so on. So I personally have experienced this firsthand, and this is why, Bitcoin to me is a good play. Okay, now before we keep continuing going forward about negative interest rate, just by the way, guys, if you're new to real estate investing, then you should definitely get the new Flip. It is a game that I've created that makes you money while you learn about real estate investing. So you make money today while you learn about real estate investing. Doesn't matter if you want to be a landlord, if you want to do a fix and flip, if you want to do a wholesale, whatever it is, this course will help you learn how to do sales, how to find deals, how to structure deals, how to inspect the property, how to negotiate, how to get the psychological aspect of the business, and more importantly, it puts money into your pocket if you're willing to put the sweat equity in, which is very, very easy. It's a copy and paste system. It's like a franchise, okay? So right now, you can go to thenewflip.mrnofluff.com, thenewflip.mrnofluff.com, and download it. I got a few left. You're saving $433. You're basically paying $67 for it, $67 if I'm not mistaken, versus the $500. So you're saving right now $433. Don't wait. There's a limited amount that I'm willing to sell for this price. And the reason I'm doing this is everyone, well, I shouldn't say everyone, but a lot of people that read the course, they implement it, they have success, and then they believe in my stuff more and they come buy more stuff because they made more money. Okay, and that's why I'm putting it out there for the guys and gals that are hustlers that want to be their dreams. I'll show you how to make money with no money in America, so you can see how my systems work. Okay, it's very, very simple. It's creativity, and you can get it right now at thenewflip.mrnoflip.com. Okay, coming back to this story, we are talking about now negative interest rate. I mean, I've heard the president say that he wants to have negative interest rate. I heard the president talks about how other countries have negative interest rate. And I've already done a video about this, but if I was a business owner and had a lot of debt like the president does, I'm sure I would want negative interest rate too, because now I can borrow money, I can refinance and pay less than what I owe. Okay. So, but what does that mean for the average person in America? Well, whatever money you have in your savings, now it's going to get diluted. Now you're going to have to pay the bankers to put your money into the bank. Now, I'm not talking about your monthly fees and the minimums and all the all the other fees the bankers have. I'm talking about by you putting your money into a bank, you're going to have to pay a banker just to hold your money, plus all the other fees. So don't confuse the other fees being eliminated. You're going to pay all the other fees, like your bank statement fee, all the other fees that they charge you for, they could come up with, plus you're going to have to pay them to hold your money. There used to be a time when I first came to America where the banks would pay you money, 6%, 7%, they would pay you money. So if you had $1 million in your banking account, you could live off that, okay? Today, unfortunately, the where we're heading to is we're going to have to pay the bankers. I mean, we're already paying the bankers for holding our money, allowing them to do fractional reserve lending, allowing them to, invest our money into risky derivatives. We're already allowing them to become, filthy elite. But now we're going to have to pay them more money to hold our money. The other thing I wanted to let you guys think about is we're about to enter economic worldwide war. Okay. Now, that's not what I want. That's why I do my channel. I try to wake you guys and realize, what's going on, things that other people are not talking about, from the economy to, real world situation. But we're sitting in an entire world, World War III, and pretty scary, guys, because all of these eight governments have nuclear bombs, and it's a scary situation, right? And all why? Because, again, Trump wanted to get out of the nuclear deal that we already had with Iran. Many other countries internationally had agreed to this, and we had to get out. And now we're going to another war. But the problem is that Iran is not Iraq. Iran is not, one of these countries that can just be defeated very, very easily. It has proud people. The people there had been struggling for quite a while through sanctions, through hardship. So, this is not their very first rodeo. And the situation is that I want peace. I want free trade. I want, to be able to work with other people around the world. And I don't want to, be taxed to death. I don't want our government to spend all of our money on warfare, just always war on mother-in-law bombs that make the merchants of death rich. I don't want that. I want us to use the money to, for America, for us, like the roads and better stuff for the people versus bigger government, bigger military, bigger bombs, more wars, because it doesn't do us any benefit. And the crazy thing is, like, Iran has allies like China, like Russia, and other countries in the area, other proxies, and so they're not gonna just take it lightly. And here's the thing we have to think about is that we're basically invading them. They're not coming to our land. They're not coming through Mexico or to Canada. We're traveling thousands of miles away from the Mexican Gulf, and we're going to the Persian Gulf. We're going so far away. So, I think, big government sucks. I think taxation sucks. I think that, we need to be using our resources for our home. We need to be leaders, by having, the superpower that we are, be role models for other people to, emulate and copy us. But by us having the world, just stacking bombs and, all this kind of stuff, having bases all over the world, is really not helping us. Now, it's not helping us, by winning friends in other parts of the world. It's not helping us because we're killing thousands of people. We're killing people in America, soldiers. They come back, they commit suicide. We're killing people, babies in other countries. And again, at the same time, we're taxing the shit out of every single person of us. Not only are we taxing us, we're inflating inflation because we have to pay for this war machine that's constantly growing, and more foot soldiers, more equipment, etc. And what that's doing is killing our economy because now everything is debt based, and companies are successful because of the amount of debt they could take on, not because they have a great product. Okay, so nothing's about the product or service. It's about how much debt can they take on, how much can they grow, how much can they pay their stock holders versus helping out the community for us to become a stronger nation. Instead of that, we are outsourcing our labor to third world countries. We're creating sanctions. We're creating tariffs, and we're heading into a worldwide war, which sucks. But as I forecasted 5, 6 months ago, guys, that we're about to have $9 a gallon. Okay, what the bombs going on? 50% of Saudi Arabia's, which is the leader of the OPEC, oil reserves cut off. Gas prices, fuel prices are going to be going up, guys. I mean, I don't know what to tell to you guys. In my opinion, it's going to be $9 per gallon. One of the guys on Facebook told me that shit is already there in Europe. In Great Britain, they already pay more than that. Which brings me to my last idea, which is the economic collapse. Um, you know, I hope it never happens, but a lot of us think about war and doomsday, but we can have an economic collapse and have a doomsday. We can have economic collapse and there's shortages on food. There's shortages on drinks. There's shortages on gas. There's going to be shortages on um, everyday stuff. Um, and how does an economic collapse look like? And is Big Brother going to come bail us out? Absolutely not. I'm very confident in that, and I know it's an opinion, but we can go back to right now into any of these countries like the Bahamas. Okay, the Big Brother come help out. No, you can hear the Reverend in that state are talking about how Big Brother never can. There's Bali's everywhere. You can go to Puerto Rico when it was hit. You can go to Venezuela. Big Brother's not going to come because Big Brother is broke. Big Brother is at war. Big Brother, you know, is worried about taking care of his corporation, and growing its flocks of fleets of ABC organization. So it's really not care about economic collapse for you and me because they don't have enough resources for that. So when the collapse happens, as they say in the prep community, we're only 3 meals away from anarchy in America or in Canada. And what that means is that the way our food system is set up, the way no one knows how to be a farmer, very few people know how to cultivate, grow food. We're all so dependent on the system. No one knows how to start a fire. No one knows how to build anything. Everything is outsourced. So when this collapse comes, we can go into doomsday. Not that I want that, but I'm prepping for that because I can see a realistic reality of it. That could be a possibility. Okay, not only me, but a lot of smart people in California that are tech people that are multi-millionaires and billionaires are also doing the same thing, and a lot of people around the world, because we're getting in such a tight situation that economically a lot of the countries are broke and they want now the next thing is war. Just like imagine if you live with your husband or wife and you're financially stripped, next thing that happens is fighting, and the more fighting you guys do, more war, blah, 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 and then it comes divorce. Same thing's going to happen to governments, but instead of divorce comes bombs and missiles, guys. All right. Guys, one other thing I wanted to tell you guys is go ahead and download the new Flip, guys. Support this channel by supporting yourself. Okay, again, support this channel by supporting yourself. Okay, my stuff works. If you take action, then you see how great the power of creativity is. And right now, for just $67, you can download my course and save $433, guys. $433. What do you get in the new Flip? Well, you get a video training, you get a manual, and then you also get a book. So you get 3 things that shows you exactly how I've done it and how my other students have done it. It'll work in any state. I've even had students in UK have success at it. All you need is $100 to invest, and that's it. And you got to take action. Everything else is copy and paste, and we show you how to do it. There's video training there, there's a book there, and there's manuals, and it's just like a franchise, a simple franchise where you can make money very, very fast if you're willing to put the sweat equity in. Now, the skills that you learn and the money that you made from this, then you could apply it into real estate, or you could just continue doing this business, what I call the new flip. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Click the like button. Go to thenewflip.com. I'm sorry, thenewflip.mrnofluff.com and get the book before we run out. Peace.